team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. Shout out to my guys over at Jersey Nation, man, for the new jersey. He hooked me up with like 6 new jerseys, so stay tuned. They all fire. They all some of the dopest, jerseys that I've seen. This is a McDonald's All-American Kobe jersey. And the other ones he gave me is hard too, but I'm not gonna spoil them. I'm just gonna wear them on an episode. So if you want to see different, jerseys, or if you want to actually order a jersey, then go check out my guy Jersey Nation, man. Some of the best jerseys ever. But we're about to get into this video. We got the NBA Dream Team 1992 full documentary, and the first Dream Team video I did, I got some good feedback. I got a lot of people that was excited for that video. It's like, great reaction, man. You need to react to the full documentary. Like, we're waiting on the full documentary. So here we are. And I see that this video is 1 hour and 8 minutes long. So I try to do the math, and I'm like, all right, if I can do like anywhere between like 12 to 14 minutes per video, we can do 5 parts to this. So I'm gonna do 5 parts to the full documentary. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn your post notifications on so that you can know when I post the next video. And also like this video if you like this video, and write something in the comments. But most importantly, enjoy this video. I feel like a lot of people, I said in my last Dream Team video, is the Dream Team the best team ever created? Like no matter what, any All-Star team, any Olympic team, any team assembled, is this Dream Team the best team ever? And I'm gonna get into this video, but I was kind of asking around, like, do you think the Dream Team is better than the Redeem Team? The Redeem Team was like, that Jason Kidd, Kobe, who else is on that team? Chris Paul, I think, was really young. Melo, LeBron, like that, like the team that I think it was 08. And a couple people was like, bro, I think the 2012 team is better than the 08 team. And first I was like, no way, like that's not possible. But then after looking at the two teams like side by side, they might have a case. So I think that kind of just shows that, yeah, neither one of those teams is messing with this, this Dream Team. The Dream Team was crazy. And I'm kind of happy I did that 10-minute video. I'm gonna post that up top so y'all can go watch that if y'all want to. But I'm happy I did that video because it allowed me to get like a structure of what the Dream Team was. It kind of showed me every player, what players played, what players, didn't play. I didn't know that Charles Barkley was the leading scorer on this team. So it's a lot of stuff I learned from that video that I didn't know. But I think this video, after we get done with this 5-part, documentary, I think I'm gonna be like one of the Dream Team connoisseurs. Like, I'm gonna know a lot more about the Dream Team. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. I feel like this is about to be a crazy dope video. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like this video, and write something in the comments. Write your favorite player on this Dream Team. I'm actually curious, but let's get into it, man. We got the NBA Dream Team 1992 full documentary. Let's get it.
Why do people talk about dreams so much in sports? Dream seasons. Dream matchups, dream opportunities. They do it because so much of sports is about imagining what you want things to be like. If only the setting were just right.
It was one of those times none of us will ever forget.
The characters, just right.
I don't know anything about Angola, but Angola's in trouble.
The timing, just right.
11 Hall of Famers. I don't think you can ever do that again, at no point in time.
But
If only it could all be the way you might have dreamed it up yourself.
Oh, you feel me?
Yeah.
magic.
That's the most exhilarating 15 seconds of my life.
People perceived us as being superheroes.
Please, Michael, shoot it!
No Isaiah Thomas
No Isaiah
stuff.
Thomas question.
Cool. We became a team, and that team just stomped on everybody.
I think one of the most interesting things I heard outside of the last documentary that somebody was kind of writing in the comments, they said that the other teams, they were worshiping the USA team, like the team they were playing against. Like, they were just happy to be on the same court as these guys, like, let alone competing, let alone trying to win the game. They was just happy they was even playing against the USA team. So, like, with that mindset, like, there's no way that any team came close. If somebody could write in the comments, I appreciate it. But what was, like, the average margin of win that these guys had in this Olympics? I'm actually curious. It got to be, like, at least 15, 20 plus. But if anybody got that information, write in the comments for me.
This never happened in sports. Nowhere.
Well, I figured eventually there'd be a movie made about the Dream Team.
Hey, I'll play somebody.
The greatest team.
Somebody started getting that out, getting that script ready. I will definitely play one of the guys. The Dream Team. Let's get it. Let's get it. My dream player on right here.
God bless you, and God bless America.
I was born 14 days
Years
later.
can go by pretty fast, and the world isn't going to stop and wait for you to remember what it used to look like. 1992 was a time of change. New faces in America quickly transforming into cultural icons. None more so than the superstars of the NBA.
The Bulls have repeated. Let the party begin.
After
So where 1992? I think that's what Jordan's second ring. Write in the comments where was the NBA at during this Dream Team time. Let me know. I see Bird right here.
the legends of the 80s have lifted the league's profile to new heights. A fresh crop of players have blown the lid off.
Barkley. Hey!
There's Robinson.
Their talents and their charisma made them more than just basketball players.
I am not a role model.
They were a new kind of star athlete whose popularity transcended the game.
Is it the shoes? No, Mark.
And now the very best of them awaited their brightest showcase. The world's...
They said that Magic and Bird saved the NBA, but Jordan made the NBA global. He turned this thing, so you got to be thankful. You have to be thankful for Larry Bird and Magic. Like that's key, because without them, Jordan wouldn't have been able to do the things he did. But you know, after Magic and Bird, Jordan just turned the NBA into this global phenomenon that the whole entire world, you know, started loving NBA. And I think, quote me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but this Dream Team also, I'm sure, had a lot to do with that. Not just Michael Jordan, but I had to throw that out there, yeah.
largest athletic stage, the Olympic Games in Barcelona, Spain, even if no one truly realized the impact they would make there.
It's a watershed moment in the history of sports, not just the Olympics, not just basketball. It moved the culture along.
But in 1992, not everyone was ready for them. Not everyone thought pro basketball stars had a place in the Olympics.
This kind of thing had never, ever been done. So there was a lot of, poking the bear, if you will, by people in my profession. Sports journalists and journalists in general were skeptical, angry, because this wasn't the Olympic movement.
The Olympic ideal had always been about amateur competition, which meant the United States had always sent basketball teams made up of college kids. Teams that dominated for decades. In 1972, the Soviet Union was awarded a victory over the U.S. in the controversial gold medal game.
The United States apparently has won the game.
Damn.
The debate still goes on.
To this day, that American team still hasn't claimed their silver medals.
They said, forget that.
But
Said
that
gold or
result
nothing.
seemed like a fluke when the Americans got the gold in their next two Olympic appearances.
The U.S. has its 9th gold medal.
While the U.S. celebrated, though, the rest of the world was catching up. So in 1988, when the Soviets won again, there was no talk of any fluke.
The United States goes home
with his semifinal loss to the bigger.
So in 1992, who would y'all say was the second best country in the world at that time? Was it the team that they played in the championship, or just let me know right in the comments who was the second best country as far as basketball around this time? I'm actually kind of curious.
More experienced USSR team.
I was embarrassed. I know some of the guys left their medals there in the room. They didn't want to take them home. Here we are, USA on our chest, and we didn't get the job done.
But the amateur ideal had gotten muddled. While NBA players were prohibited from Olympic competition, professionals from other leagues abroad could play.
Cool, coach.
If you played in Europe for money, you were an amateur, but if you played in the NBA for money, you were a professional. And so our players weren't eligible.
Most other countries were using pros. Playing against 18, 19-year-old kids. That is really unfair.
Changing the hypocrisy, though, was a central goal of a European named Boris Stankovic, the head of Fiba, the World Basketball Federation.
He was very much intent on lifting basketball up to the highest possible level of international sports. And if the whole world knew that the very best players in the world were not participating in the Olympics, that made it a second-class event.
So in 1989, Stankovic issued a resolution to allow pros from all leagues to compete in the Olympics. But back in America, the NBA was lukewarm to the idea.
We wanted to be good partners with FIBA to grow the sport of basketball, but we weren't particularly anxious. We didn't know what it would mean. We didn't know if our players would want to do it. We didn't know what the logistics were. But the vote passed, and NBA players were eligible for the Olympics.
Now the issue wasn't about whether American pros could play, but whether the best players wanted to play.
The one guy that we were a little concerned about was probably Michael.
The thought back then was Michael Jordan plays 36 holes of golf 90 days during the summer. What the hell is he going to be doing playing basketball?
I was hoping they would not ask me to participate. And
that's crazy.
I was trying to figure out a way graciously that I could decline. I've done the Olympic thing before, and when Rod Thorne called me and asked me, I wasn't gun-ho about it.
My appeal to him was, you're the top player in the world. This is bigger than the NBA Finals. And
why y'all think Jordan didn't want to play in the Olympics? You think it really was because he's like, man, I play all this time before the Bulls, all-star games, finals, playoffs, whatever. When this is over with, I want to just play golf. I want to smoke my cigars. I want to just chill. Like, y'all think that's the reason why, he didn't, want to play in the Olympics at first? Let me know what y'all think.
We need you. His thing, well, who else is playing? I mean, are all the good players going to play? I'm not going to play by myself.
So Michael Jordan waited to hear more. And Rod Thorne made his next call.
It was a no-brainer for me. I was in from day one. And I figured if I jumped in first.
I'm about to start doing more Magic stuff. As y'all can see, the full trailer of Winning Time is out. So the more they roll that out, the closer we get to that, the more I'm going to start reacting to Magic. So stay tuned.
And said I would play that would get guys to want to participate as well. I think if Magic wasn't on that team, I don't think it would have been as spectacular as it was. And
Bird Gang.
To finish out our careers, that was important for both of us.
Once you get guys like Magic and Larry committing to the team, then all of a sudden it becomes something very, very special. Representing the USA is already a tremendous honor, but to know that you're going to be on a dream team is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
No pun intended.
Magic, Bird, and David Robinson weren't alone in their pride.
They called in the big guns. We're the Navy SEALs that we had to go over there and kick butts and take names.
With those stars and the Utah Jazz tandem of John Stockton and Karl Malone, the dream team was starting to take shape.
Oh, man.
It don't matter if you call me last. I got the call.
I didn't feel like that I deserved to be called, but I truly wasn't going to tell them that.
Why do you feel like that, Scotty?
I was like, yeah, I'm in. I didn't even think to say who else on the team. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Yes.
Charles Barkley's ability was never in question, but his attitude was.
God want us to win the world championship. I don't know if I go that much off. I talked to him the other night.
I learned early in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter what I say. So from this day forward, I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. And some people are going to like it, and some people are going to dislike it.
But after a series of incidents on and off the court.
Hold on, before they start talking about Charles Barkley a little bit right here, I kind of want y'all to write in the comments what was the overall consensus of Charles Barkley back around this time? Was he one of those players that like people didn't really like, but they just couldn't like deny him because he was that good? Like, I kind of want y'all to kind of give me a comparison of a player in the league now that kind of, emulates Charles Barkley, because I wasn't around back then. And all I can kind of see now is, the way he acts on TV, the stupid questions he asks. But I feel like he kind of always had that stupid personality. But he was just so good back then. It was like, hey, this is just Charles Barkley. This is just who he is. He's going to talk crazy. He's going to go on the court and he's going to give you 30. Like, that was just his game. But how did the whole world kind of, portray Charles Barkley back then? Let me know in the comments.
The least of the committee's concerns were about what Barkley would say.
I was asked to talk to him. He was so honored that we would even think about asking him. He convinced me that you won't have any problems with me.
Now, with the team nearly complete, Rod Thorne had enough talent secured to go back to where he started.
MJ.
Representing my country was a big thing, but I think, the biggest motivation for me was now I get to spend time with some of the guys I compete against all the time.
Portland's Clyde Drexler rounded out the list of NBA players.
Clyde the Glide.
The final spot on the roster was reserved for an amateur, Duke's Christian Laettner, coming off back-to-back NCAA titles.
There's the pass to Laettner.
Iconic right there.
In any other Olympic year, Laettner might have been the team's biggest star. But on this team, he was fine with being the last guy on the bench.
I tell people this all the time, and it may shock them, but my most enjoyable year was my freshman year, because they don't expect nothing from you except carry the luggage, do the laundry, and get our donuts. And that's easy. The harder thing is to be the leader.
I don't know about that.
1991.
Write in the comments, right? I don't know how I feel about that, Christian Laettner. Would you rather be that player that was, super young with no responsibilities? The only responsibility was to carry the luggage for this dream team? Or would you rather be Michael Jordan or Larry Bird or those type of players, Magic Johnson, that had a super big responsibility? Give me a responsibility. I don't know. I might just be different, but I would much rather be one of those guys. Christian Laettner talking about it was easy. I had the easy job. Like, give me that job over the other jobs, and I don't know. But write in the comments. I kind of see where he's coming from, because it's like he didn't have any worries. He had no stress levels. Like, the hardest thing he had to think about was what kind of donut he was gonna give Michael Jordan. So I get it, but I don't know. I'm not built like that.
2 months before the Olympics, the team was set. 1 college kid and 11 future Hall of Famers. The man charged with putting it all together was the unflappable Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly.
Okay, all set?
All set.
Chuck looked the part. He was the guy that looked like he owned the arena, but he would also push the broom.
His hair was beautiful. His suits were immaculate. He wanted to win, but he wanted to look good.
As the head coach of the Detroit Pistons,
look good, play
Daly
good.
did both, winning back-to-back championships in 1989 and 90.
The Pistons are winners and still champions.
So he was the Pistons coach, and he didn't get Isaiah? I wonder how Isaiah felt about that. And I'm sure they're gonna get into that part in this video. I don't know if it's coming up or not, but I want to dive into that Isaiah situation.
The Pistons were nicknamed the Bad Boys for their aggressive and some said dirty style of play, never more evident than in their memorable playoff battles with Michael Jordan's Bulls.
Jordan rules.
Oh. Jordan goes down hard.
Detroit and Chicago.
That Bill Laimbeer?
So when Daly was named the Dream Team coach, many wondered how he'd handle working with the Bulls' biggest star.
That's where we're going to end this video because I feel like they about to dive into something very, very good, but I'm going to hold it at that. So if y'all want to watch what goes next, subscribe to the channel and get ready for the next episode. Get ready for episode 2 because I feel like it's going to keep getting even better. But that first 12 minutes was great. That was great. I guess my last question to y'all before I end this video was, why didn't Christian Laettner pan out in the NBA? He was with 11 Hall of Famers. So you think 11 Hall of Famers on his dream team and Christian Laettner. So that almost mean like Christian Laettner definitely should have been that next guy up in the NBA that did everything, you know, those players did. But I feel like it didn't really pan out. I'm not too sure why. I don't really know much at all about Christian Laettner's NBA career. I just remember people kind of saying he was a great college player. So if y'all can explain that to me, I appreciate that a lot. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like this video and write something in the comments, man. Write your favorite moment from this dream team. I'm sure it's a lot of moments. You know, we obviously gonna get into it because we just got a whole hour left in this video. So I appreciate y'all, man. We out.